Okay, so what are we doing here? Um, Hi everyone, this is Davy. I hope you're doing great. So it's Friday afternoon, and some people showed up like, "Hey, we want to see what that tRPC thing is about." So yeah, you're at the right place. Actually, don't see if there are people online because I didn't connect to Twitch. Really, I'm using a tool that allows me to connect uh, to Twitch or to YouTube anyway. Um, okay, so what do we have here? Um, yeah, I just want to make sure that we just verify that the quality of the sound is good. Let me go check that. Go live. Yeah. Okay, really good. So yeah, without much pressure here, what I want to do is to spend a little bit of time talking about tRPC, and yeah, this is just a live stream, me coding, talking to my computer, and you asking questions here and there, and hopefully I will be able to answer this question, right? So yeah, that's basically about it. I'm just going to make sure that we have the caption, so you know what is happening right here, even if you arrive uh, a bit later. So here I'm just going to edit that one. Okay. Yes. This is me. I'm Davy, and if you if you're completely new here, let me just put it full screen for now, and then stop sharing. So if you're new here, I'm a software engineer at Hackages, and yeah, right now I'm just going to spend some time building, showing you something with tRPC. No real magic there. But actually, there is a lot of magic. It is a magic stuff that, in a way, people would call it magic, but I'm going to take away the magic and then show you how you can make use of that beautiful technology. So, in terms of program, yeah, I don't really have like a structured program. I would just share my screen, and then we go ahead and hack together. So I have a few things that I think would probably work really well. The first one here is, let's say, I'm just gonna show you the basic stuff, like basics of tRPC and tRPC, right? So you can find it on tRPC.io, and that's probably the first thing I'm gonna try to do. And then the second thing I have in mind is um, showing you like a tRPC in a, prod, a production project, right? And the third one is actually updating a prod project to use tRPC, like uh, using tRPC in prod, right? So here it's more about showing you like a monorepo approach of it, monorepo. And along the way, we could do something like we build a small web app and a small mobile app with React Native. And we can connect everything to tRPC plus React Native. So React Native here, and maybe NextJS, something like that. Just trying to have all of this stuff working together in one app, and then from there you could basically use it as you wish, really. Okay, so let's do this. And I get this out of the way, and let me get going. So one of the app that I have here for you is a really simple app. What is it? Just right here available. Now, if we go to localhost 3000, but this app here, we're gonna try to build it in React Native. So it's already built. So we're gonna migrate that from like a normal React to NextJS, and then depending on the time we have, we're going to do a React Native version of it, right? All of it in the same bundle, so you have a good idea of how you will do such a thing for yourself, and then showing you how you can deploy both apps on the store, one in the store and one in using Vercel. So you have your two apps, and people can navigate on the web app and then access the same information on the mobile app. Okay, so I think that's a lot. So let's just get going. How about the fundamentals? Let's start with the fundamental part. Bring the terminal here, and then let's get coding. So here I have, I'm just gonna create, let's see the documentation of tRPC. Maybe starting with that will probably be a best approach here. So let's take that here. tRPC.io. So what is it really? It's like end-to-end type safe API made easy. That thing is actually really like mouthful. I love how these guys are crushing it with like 10,000 stars on GitHub, going really fast. But let me show you how you will use it, right? And then really what is the power of tRPC. For that, we're gonna use NextJS, right? So yarn create. I'm gonna go with this one. I just want a NextJS app. Oh yeah, that one here with TypeScript, and that should be it. Right, always use TypeScript. What's your name, your project? Friday live stream. That's a good name, right? I create that for us. We'll give it a few seconds, and we should. And now from there, what I would love to do is just to open it, right? And we're going to be doing something really simple here. Move that over there. So we have a simple NextJS app here. So if I go here and then run that, I like to have it open like this. Just yarn dev. We'll go ahead and run the thing for me. And we move them side by side so we can quickly hack it. So if I go to localhost 3000, I should see like this is the next app here, and So let's get moving a little bit quicker here. What do we have? We want to integrate tRPC. We're gonna build a quick to-do so you have an idea of how the power of that thing literally in let's say in 10 minutes. Okay. So let's have a quick 10-minute timer right there. Good. So now what tRPC is gonna give us is basically a set of tools. So let's just go with it here. So if you look at that, it basically says, okay, you have a structure. We're not using Prisma. We could be using Prisma a bit later. So in app.tsx, we're gonna basically do like a higher order function here to wrap our entire NextJS backend with tRPC. The front end, so the app part. And then on the back end, we're gonna add a folder called tRPC, which is basically API/tRPC, and then we access it this way. And then from there, we should be able to get at least the front ready, the back ready, and then we're gonna create a server where we define our route, and then through this route we will be able to then use. We should be able to use tRPC in the app. And as I mentioned in the upcoming examples, one of the things I'm gonna be doing is to show you how it's been used in prod, but as well as a more structured project where you could basically use that, right? So one of opinion here, when people ask me, tRPC, why would you use tRPC? I'm like, yeah, you could use tRPC because it's gonna make you 10 times faster, but actually tRPC doesn't mean that you shouldn't be using something like GraphQL or things like that. tRPC, you can think of it as internal API, right? Things that you don't really expose to the world, like really make it easy for you to work with it from the inside. But depending on how you write it, you could actually expose that to the external world, really. However, my idea, my understanding there is private APIs, and then public APIs you can use things like GraphQL and so on and so forth. I might be completely wrong, but that's the way I'm approaching it right now. I might have to revisit that in a few months or a few years because I'm so in love with this that I would love to show you quickly how that thing. So I said 10 minutes and we already, we got past the 10 minutes here. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just going to install all these dependencies. We have it over there. Let me open another one here. Install this one. Let's go here, and then things that you need to enable in your TS config, right? You gotta make sure that the strict true, that you should always have it, and the strict nil true. So if I go here and I look at my TS config, I should already have something. No, it doesn't give us that by default. Strict, yeah, strict is there. However, strict null check wasn't there, right? So we go like this. We have this one that is being added. Now we're going to create this API right here, right? So what I mean by API, if you use that one, you should just go inside the API here and pass, say, hey, I'm going to create a folder like this, a file, and then you just do it this way. So it's going to create a folder tRPC, and then you should be able to access anything tRPC in your next project from here. So here, when you see that hello world here, if you're new to NextJS, you see here I have this running, and then I can, for example, say API hello, and you're going to see that it shows properly the name right there. But technically, what happened is you went to pages, so your app is running inside pages. Went to pages, then API, and then tRPC, and then hello, right? API. So if you look at it here, it says API. So it's gonna be the same thing. Anytime we ask for tRPC, it will just go API/tRPC, and then right there we're going to have some dynamic routing thing that is being handled for us. So let's go back here. So we have TypeScript configure. We created a route here. So the next step here is basically creating a route. So to create a route, yeah, we're just gonna copy that file, and I'm going to explain to you quickly what it does right there. So what is happening here is we're just importing tRPC, right, from the library. That's the one thing we just install. And then what we do is we have something called Zod here, but we're not gonna need it at this stage. It's a tool that is used for a parameter input validation, right? It's actually a really powerful tool. So one of the things you should see here is we start by creating a tRPC route, right? So that's the there, and then that route, it's basically a starting point to say, okay, I'm gonna create a query. So query has whatever value you give here. It's going to be the value it's going to be like something like this. So API/tRPC slash value that you put here, right? Value, right? And then from there, what you do is to say, okay, what happened when this endpoint is being hit? So you just go here. By the way, when you say query, you're talking about often like a get, right? It's a get from the perspective of a REST API. And then here, you're just gonna have a resolve. And what you do with the resolve, you basically say, I'm gonna return something right here, right? And then you can keep on chaining them this way. You just need to make sure that they have you give them the minimum. So the minimum is a name, the endpoint here, and a result. And if you want to do some mutation, you could. Mutation is basically, think of like, oh, I have a post and I want to be able to update something or patch something or whatever things you will do with REST, with the REST API, and then you keep on chaining them this way. The beauty of it is you start having that chainable approach, and now look what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna keep it like that. I'm not just remove that part because it wasn't there. And then you see exactly what we did here. The main difference here is now we have that input that allows us to say what has been sent from the front. And then we have the resolve that's gonna receive as a parameter that input that is right here. And now we're just exporting it and we're making it available like this. So we now have an endpoint like this one. So the next step here, it's basically to configure a tRPC bridge. The way I think of it is that's basically the link between your backend and your front end right there. So if I click, just copy that, and I just need to create a folder called utils folder in there, utils, and then in it I just said tRPC.ts. And then right there, I can just put this one. So what have I done right there? I just created a simple tRPC. So they call it tRPC hooks. But once again, my point there is I see it as a bridge between your front and your back end, right? So, and then we see here we exporting, right? We exporting tRPC. So what does that do? It is just a folder creating like a hook right there. But the thing with that hook is it's been created, right, based on what comes from the server here. So what I mean by server, in in NextJS, this serve as like if you go in, you're in the server part, right? So what happened there is he goes inside and he goes and picks the tRPC here and it gets that app router. But actually what is app router? It's only type definitions. And you're gonna see in a few minutes how that thing is really powerful in terms of bringing people to make your work really easy. So we have this one set up. We have that one there set up, and I believe that the only thing we left is to wire up our front end to use tRPC. So I'm gonna copy that file, and it should be the only thing left. So inside app. So what I mean by the front. So API here is backend, and then the app here represents basically how you configure your front, how you want it to look like. It's basically think of it as the layout of your the global layout of your pages, and then you can configure things at the page level itself. So in our case, what we do, we say, okay, we say here, I'm just gonna go up here and then say we have imported a hook like a high order function, and then app router. See again, that's now in the front part, right? Front part. We have the typing that is being brought up here. So if you look inside there, see, it's just the type. It's a type of this, right? This thing be able to infer everything that is happening in there, give you an end-to-end type safety net. It is really awesome. So if we go here, we see that, yeah, this is the normal NextJS component. And then right here, what is happening is we're saying we're gonna wrap my app with a tRPC by assigning it this type right there. And then inside there, we're passing like, well, the URL for basically the backend. Whenever there is a call, it knows that it's going to go to, okay, if you deploy to Vercel, that is one thing. But if you use it locally, as we do, we go inside API/tRPC, which is that, and then it will go inside right there, right? So that basically it. Once we have this ready, now look what's gonna happen. I don't need to compile anything right here. I don't need to run a code gen tool to then have the typing and stuff like that. No, it is done. What do I mean by that? I can now go inside my front app. So right here. And what I'm going to do is to say, let's use tRPC here. So import from. So I think we can get the one coming from not API, not let me see. I think I need to get from utils, because I said that was indeed the bridge, right? I just need that line up there, right? So let's get it here. So now we have access to the tRPC client, right? If we go back to utils, it's just a hook that is being created to basically connect your backend and your front right there, and then it infer it uses the generic here which is app router, and app router is basically the definition of whatever is happening right here. Okay, so once we have that, we can now go over here and say on that page, what I'm going to do, let's just get rid of everything. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that, right? And we just going to say tRPC. So use query, and here that's where it's actually really interesting. You can see, look at this. Before I even start typing, right there, it shows already no. But what is it? What is it? Yeah, it is basically what we define inside our, we go back here, right here. This is literally that, what we wrote here. And look, I'm just gonna change that to Hackages right there. And then open that again. Go back here, open, and you see it says Hackages right there. Yeah, okay. If this is not like mind blowing for you, I don't know how I can help there. And then it knows that that thing takes a text, which is not mandatory, right? It says it takes a text right there. And how? Once again, you go back to here, and we have an input. And it knows that there's this input coming in there. And whenever you receive that input, it says it's an object that has that is a text right there, and then you receive it over there. So if I go here and then say, give me a name like this, and say this one is required. So if I don't put anything here, it's basically saying that this one is required. You're going to see that right away, right in the middle there, it's just gonna go like, hey, you need to give me something. I can then pass name, look, or I can pass text. So this is Davy, and then I can pass here and say rocks, right? So that's once I have that, well, what do I get here? I get basically my query. But query is actually more than that. You're gonna have things like the data. You're gonna have is fetching, for example, knowing what you can do things with that. You can do tons of things. Let's see what we have. You have errors, possible errors, if it's success, or if it's refetching and things like that. You can get the static code and so on and so forth, right? So let's just display our data right there. And then we're gonna just say data dot greetings, right? So if we do so, and we go to our app, so the app is running right there at home. Just say hello Davy right there. You can see, and then if we go back to here, we had text, and then here I can say so hello this, and plus yeah, here I can say something like name, but what is name coming from? Yeah, from input. So here input, I can go and say cost from input and see what happened. Input knows already that it has a text, text and the name that will come out of it, right? And then here I can just say text, and here a name. So why is this not working really? It says input name does not exist on type text and define. So why is that? Oh, because it could be null. So let me just do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know why it's happening. So we can just do this, and then yeah, and then same thing here. Input like this, right? In our case, we know that we passed both, so we should be pretty good right there. So maybe your question there will be like, hey, how? Yeah, like if you okay, forget about the question for now. The main point there is what I just shown you right there is it's basically the fundamental of tRPC. If we go a little bit of a drawing board, let's get the drawing board here. So what do we have? We have them that, so I'm just gonna quickly explain tRPC once again. tRPC, right here. So you have your front part, and then back when I give it a different color, and then here let's take some what is it? This one, and then the small one. So we're gonna open a little bit of like doors right there. So these are basically doors to enter here. You can think of them as endpoint. This is like endpoint, right? It's like basically your endpoint. And inside here, you have some TypeScript happening. Blue for TypeScript, right? And yeah, I said TypeScript here, but you also have basically endpoint, right? That goes to, for hello here, or to do, and so on and so forth, right? And this one there are basically modules written in TypeScript and all the logic in there. It doesn't matter. I said TypeScript because it doesn't matter what you have in there. You could have things like Express, NextJS. It just doesn't matter. That's you decide on that. So Fastify, and there's beautiful frameworks for the backend part. But then what happened there is the TypeScript that is generated, that used in the backend, is automatically. So let me get it right here. So this one, it is automatically shared between the two things, right? It just doesn't stay only in the backend. It becomes available to be used and in the front and in the back. And whenever something changes here, it will automatically reflect. It will automatically reflect over there, right? So let's get back to this. It will automatically reflect over there, and once again, it doesn't matter which technology you're using here. It could be React or Vue or just a vanilla JS. It doesn't matter. Even Angular, it doesn't matter really what you do there, right? So at the end of the day, as long as you use TypeScript, you're gonna get a type system that is a end-to-end type system that goes for cross-platform, right? It's them powerful, really. Now, let me show you a few more things in terms of code here. So here we have the Hackages thing here. Now, let me call that instead of being how do you call that? Like let's call it as the company routers, right? We're gonna say company routers so we can then start writing or let's just do the to-dos, right? To-do will probably be pretty simple here. So what is the to-do? There's a way to basically organize your code. You could go up here and then say, okay, this one here is not app route, is the to-dos. Right? Now, let's see how that works. If I do so, I can then say const. Let's export that. Put that const, and then put it here, and then say this one is tRPC dot router, and I'm just going to merge and say to-dos dot, and then I can pass the to-dos route. So I'm just gonna call that to-dos route. Let's go up here. Yeah, it's here, right here. To-dos route, right? So that's basically the to-dos route. And because you can do that, I can go in uh, in here, so not inside pages, but a little bit outside, and I can create routers. And in routers, I'm gonna add to-dos. To-dos, yes. Let me put it like that, so I don't to-do route like this. So once I do so, I can get exactly the where was that tRPC? No, tRPC right here, and I can literally select this one, cut it from here, go to do the route, put it here, right? So now it's being declared over here. tRPC tRPC like this. Now I need to clean up a little bit some stuff here. So what do I need? Yeah, okay, I probably need most of these things. Yank that to go to route, and then go all the way up here and put it like that. Let's zoom a little bit. Yeah, so we don't need that. We need this one here, and then we're exporting right here the thing. So and then here I'm just gonna say, instead of Hackages, I'm just gonna say all over here, and we're gonna write the logic in a few minutes for that to happen. Now let's go back to our tier endpoint here. So we don't need Zod over there, and we just need to import like this, right? So once you've done this, right, I just brought the to-do here. So this here you as a namespace. From the moment I do that, I can then access that route in my front-end app just by saying to-do dot all, for example, or to-do to-dos dot edit, right? So that basically becomes like a set of endpoint, and this one here is gonna be like a query, and this one here is going to be like not a query but a mutation, right? So that's basically what you get right there. Now let's go back right here. You see now right away, without like I didn't have to do anything magic right here. Something just happened is the fact that now you see that Hackages thing working anymore. Like this is TypeScript end to end. Maybe you don't see the entire picture here, but let me put it here for you. So we're gonna put the index page right here, and we're going to put the route right here, right? So we put them side by side, and hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing here. Like actually I haven't okay, so I see that there. If you have any questions, because I don't actually see the chat really, just might be able to answer them. So, but what you're seeing right here is the fact that this one isn't being recognized anymore, right? So how do you fix it? Yeah, well, you just have to go here and put it this way, and you see right away you recognize that this one on the right is the to-do, and this one here is I have an endpoint all over there. And if I go right here and I, for example, say dot query, and then I say with ID, and then just gonna say like to do. I say ID because I'm gonna call it one. Then just need to pass a resolve function there, right? And then go back in here. You're gonna see that right away. I get the two options. This is literally the power of that thing. So if I do this, I should then be able to see the same result coming back here, because I'm passing this information. And if we run our app, it will be working. right? Yeah, that's it. So that's basically the way you start splitting. And if you look at you start splitting your route, and if you look at uh, uh, the to-dos right here, like that's one, and you can start adding as many routes as you want, and go ahead and build a file structure that works really well for you here. Okay, so yeah, we're about let's see what we have. Yeah, we're about 40 minutes in, and we cover like the basic of tRPC. So let's see. Is there any question really? Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure that I don't miss out on questions. Go to the chat. Okay. So let's continue right here. So the next step is yeah, we're gonna go ahead and build. Uh, let me see that again. Yeah, try to develop a little bit on that project, and I will show you a way, basically, where how you get tRPC to work in a monorepo, in prod, and you can get a lot of benefit out of it. Okay, so now this was pretty cool. Hopefully you understand that's not really difficult as a process. And one of the main things here is, if you look at it this way, is you can deploy exactly what we have there to Vercel because we're using Next, and it will work out of the box, right? So that's the main idea and advantage right there. Now, building an end-to-end experience right here. Actually, before I do that, I will just make sure that you can access that code. Let's go and put it like this. Git add this, git commit, put a simple message and say simple intro to tRPC. Okay, and then git remote add origin. We're gonna go here and do a GitHub Hackages, and then add a new simple project, intro to tRPC live stream. Okay. Make it public, and then create that repo. Now, put it here, and then git push that. Right, so we should be good. Now, let me close this and stop that one. Okay. And we're going to close this one and start with a new project there. So so in the next one, I'm gonna focus on building and the web and the mobile application in the same folder. Now it's more like I've never done that before. This is gonna be like a live try. However, I have a project that I'm actually where I have both at the same using the monorepo thing there. So let's go to that and just open it, monorepo. So let's explain a little bit the monorepo here. It's using a simple monorepo approach where you have two fronts, Expo and Next, right? Mobile app, and then a web app here, and then you also have other packages. Now, the thing is, it, that approach there, I really love it in a sense like you can build your API here, so that looks really like your backend part here, and then you have that React part here that represent your React to Next.js like component. You can build a reusable component and so on and so forth. And the same thing with React Native, right? So that's basically the main idea. And then here you basically have like how to run them, defining all the pages, and so on and so forth. So let's do something here that's really cool. We're gonna run both apps, and then we see what we get from them. So running that right there. So I just need to first install all the dependencies. Takes a little bit of time, but we're running on the M1 here, so we should be fine. Yep. Okay, so we have it ready. Now, what we're going to basically run it. So Yarn Dev is going to run a Docker where we have access to the database. So I see like there is already a container running, Docker PS here, and Docker stop. We're gonna just stop that one. Yeah, and just run that again. Right. So so if we go to localhost 3000, we should be able to see well, an app running there. Yeah. So that's basically a simple posting thing. So look at this. I'm just gonna say hello world, and then say hello Hackages right there. So if I do that, it got posted over there, right? That's basically, and then you can access more. You see the detail here. You see it goes post, and then the ID of the thing right there, right? So that is already one thing. Let me put them side by side so you see it really well. Gonna put it right there. And now another thing we're going to do is basically to run that on a mobile app, right? It's basically the same app that we're gonna run on a mobile app. So using a simulator there, and whenever that simulator is up and running, I'm just gonna make sure that I make that available also right here. So the cool thing that you're going to see here is okay. It's still building. Still building. So yeah, so maybe we have I need to relaunch that and then do that again. Sometimes it's just a matter of relaunching the thing. Yeah, it's loading, so give it a few seconds. Yeah, so we have the web app here, and we're going to have the mobile app over here, and both within the same repo and using that same approach there, with a tRPC and React Native on one side, and this on the other side. So it seems to have a problem. That's why it's just in a loading state. It's having an error right there. So let's see what we have right here. Okay, so we are in an error state. Let's do that again. Reloading the app. Okay, so this is not working. So let's see what are we doing wrong right there. So the Expo one is here. Expo, and Expo this, and then from the app we can access the half there. So sounds pretty good, and looks pretty good. So what else do we why that issue? So there is a tRPC issue. So I think the error comes from the fact that it just doesn't see the app here running. So the port is 3000. So that's it's also port 3000, and then we get the data coming in there. Okay, let's see what we got from a tRPC right here. So API tRPC goes to that folder package, and then we have source API. So this one here, no, but it's actually inside apps. And next, inside here, we're gonna have API tRPC. Something went wrong, internal server error. Yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna try something else. Yarn dev expo. No, I need the backend to be running so I can access the data. But yeah, I think we should be okay. We should be able to fix it. Yeah. So yeah, we're having, and now one of the way I'm going to fix it is just to go inside the app, inside the expo part, and we're gonna go to hello world. So this is basically inside here that where we're making the query, right? So that's basically the part where we're passing that query. So I have the post that is being called over there, and then it should show it this way. So this part here isn't. We have an issue with that part. So what could be really the main issue there? Just to double check, right? Because that's what we do. I go here, comment out this is a charting, and then double check the app. Yeah, so it shouldn't show really anything right there, and then I can log the post. So logging it is just need to open it right here. I see that it comes with an error right here, and that error comes from the tRPC. So how do we handle that? Let me see. Details. Let's go. tRPC. We have a router. Create the context. Batching equal true here has nothing to do with what we have. Yeah. Okay. So in the API, everything seems to be okay. And then if we look at the route, what are we sending in the route that is causing an issue here? So routes are here in here. So so we creating a context, request, response, and then Prisma. We have a way to create route. That's just a way to encapsulate the tRPC router. And then here we create the route. We pass as a transform. Let me just remove it for now, and then look at the data again. Yeah, we keep on getting that unrecognized. So that error there is very close to what you get with yeah, it's a JSON issue right there. So why are we getting it? We say all, we return some data over here. So that's basically the query, the thing we should be calling, right? So if I go to hello world say post all. So if I go here, I'm tapping into this one. I have the resolve in there. So what I could do is basically, I'm just kind of trying to narrow down the which error, where is the error, right? I can basically say one, A, let's say B, right? So once I do that, I should be able to see something different right there. So something is not even linked to the data, because if with this, let me just kill that entire thing and then put it like that, your depth. So if with that we still don't we still don't find our main issue there, is because Oh, okay. I think I know. Let me see on the front part what we got. Title, and then oh, cannot read property. Yeah, okay, that makes sense because I comment out this part. The title, so, and okay, we still get the error message right there. Yeah, so first of all, so passing that input is nothing. Um, so what are we doing wrong? So sometime the best way to go about this thing there is basically say we're just gonna make sure that everything is just set. Stop that part, and then stash whatever we were doing for now. Uh, make sure that we have all the dependencies ready to go. Now, then your dev package.json. With package.json, I can see like it's gonna put the Docker up. Actually, yeah, it also kills all the orphans right there. Get the Prisma ready. Start yarn, so it goes into that folder and then just run that. And then same thing for this, and then it should be able to use yarn dev. So okay, so here we have a query post that is being sent. It has no context, but it gets some results here. It says, hey, in data, I have something like hello world, and if I click view all, it just goes, it pass a query right there. So this is working basically. And if I go to here and I try to run it on the iOS, I still get that error message there. Yeah. Yeah, let's try it again. Okay, still loading and having that same issue. So how can we fix it? Are we going? Because the web app is working, although it's going back and forth each time, but it's working. But if I do hello, right, so it's hiding it right here. So we see it happening. Disable. So, and then let's say Hackages branch, and click here. So it keeps adding the things there. So we see that right here, right? It keeps adding things over there. So it's pretty good. But at on the mobile part, we have some issues over there. But yeah, okay. I kind of have an idea of how I could solve this. Yeah. Okay. Um, hmm. Let me check the mobile app again. So thing is not reaching out to it. So let me check the network. No, so nothing is doing really good there. Let it run. We're gonna have this up, and I just want to look at the Expo code right now again. So in Expo, what we do, uh, so connection to tRPC, we have the app that is here. Uh, mhm. Mm. Yeah, it's not really working. But yeah, I found a solution because thing here looks pretty okay to me. Okay, maybe it's the fact that it's that transformer here. Uh, we don't really care at this stage. And if I go in there and I see indeed that is exporting the trans thing from there. I don't need a transformer for now. Um, hmm, Still getting that small issue there. Um, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't see you. But yeah, the main point here is that you have yeah, we have an issue here. I would probably solve in a. I believe I solved it somewhere already, but I it doesn't. It's not pretty clear to me right now. What I probably had to update the expo and things like that to for it to work properly. But uh, you can find that repo on the tRPC. Let me go right here and I'll show you. You can find that repo if you go on the tRPC website. And on the tRPC website, you have quick start. You have that quick start, and on the quick start, you have access to examples, right? And then examples there, you can pick this one, which is basically the one I've been using. But yeah, make sure that you clone not really this one, but you go in there and then you select either you create from the template or you take it from uh, or you just have to do a bit of setup there to make sure that you can clone this. Okay, so let's do one more thing. So I'm gonna show you a little bit of code. I'm gonna show you some stuff about tRPC being used in production. I'm doing. We have the platform. So Hackages learning platform. So app Hackages. So on Hackages, we have quite some material there for you to learn from. And one of the thing that uh, we do in there is this. So let me just clear a bit here. One of the thing we do there is we have this concept of rooms, right? So I can just go there. So we have rooms and things like that. So I'm kind of migrating this platform to use tRPC. Um, yeah, I think over the weekend I should be done with it. But here is a little PR that I wrote a few days ago, just to see the diff between the things I'm going to remove and the things that are gonna stay in there. So GitHub packages here, and I have a no, this one, this one. So so that's basically the app, and I have a few branches here. So this one. So it's basically 13 days ago. I was like, hey, I'm just gonna migrate that to tRPC. And if you look at the file changes that I had to go through, so forget about the Cypress. I just had to remove it for now. So the thing I did there is just install a tRPC, like Next, because we're using Next, React, and then the server part. That gives me also the possibility to update Next to version 12. And then, like we just saw, I just plugged tRPC this way. So the part that I believe becomes interesting is the route level. So I just basically create only a route for the room this way, like, and then made it available like that. So I have rooms like this, and now what I did there is like so using Prisma behind the scene is basically saying like, hey, with tRPC, I can query all rooms, right? Because I'm using rooms here. So that's basically the route, the rooms route definition. And so what you're basically saying like, hey, we're gonna query all, and whenever we query all, we just call Prisma and say, give me all the room with the default room selection, and then you just pass all the selection like that, and you can toggle things. If you don't put them, they're not gonna be returned right there. And then I just put a visibility public, because we also have private rooms in there. And then from the room itself, you're going to see that look at the difference of like what I removed versus what I kept. So the only thing I had to do here is to basically say in the room, make a query, rooms.all, and I get the rooms here. Like, okay, if it's fetching, we have something to show, or if it's done, or if there is an error, we have another thing. And then if it's done, it just renders the list of rooms this way. And that's about it. That's really about it. And yeah, that works really well. That works really well. So this app, just so that PR here, I just want to go through like a quick review system with my teammate, and then see where we go with it. But I'm gonna roll that all around the app, because the amount of code and the maintainability of the app will become much obvious. Yeah, moving forward. Yeah, that's basically it. One thing that I would love really to do here for the next hour here is basically yeah, just code without having to Like if you guys have questions, I don't know if there are actually people in there still alive. Yeah, are you there? Hmm. Okay, so there are two people on Twitch. Um, thank you for being here. If there's something I can do for you, say something in the chat. I should be able to know uh, how to help. No. Okay. So why are you there? What do you want to know? Do you have a question? Okay. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna take the next 2 3 hours and go into the refactor part because I have to do that. Uh, and then yeah, I will see you next week. Next week I'll go again and just keep on live streaming. I think I like that. Um, yeah, so it should be fine. Okay, people. I hope that was okay. And yeah, I will probably record. We'll probably put it on our YouTube channel or some places. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So let's end up.